I learn from what is around me, all of my relations beyond human as well, from the land and from the water itself. If you listen, it speaks to you. When we are engaging with the water that is around us in all of its different forms, it embodies that sense of connectedness. When we recognize that we're all connected, and if we meet our responsibilities, we will be taken care of by everything else that's around us. The water that's going down this river right now was going down this river in some form 8,000 years ago. People have been here for 8,000 years. We have to honor this because that's where life is coming from. Being in relationship with the river as an entity is a good way to go through life.
This was initially a visual art project. It has become a visual art and movement project. And we realized, we're going through this transformative process. We're being changed by the river. And it would be really cool if we could find ways for other people to kind of feel what we're feeling.
Yes! Right. So water and movement have direction and impact. The direction of your thoughts, the impact of your writing, the direction of your heart, right? It's always having an impact on whatever you're doing. It was really great to be able to think about how visual art and movement come together, but also how the processes are different and where there are different entry points.
Somebody else on the other end? Miranda's coming. Whoa!
I feel like this is how it would see the world. Like the filter of blue, but not very clearly. That's why you wash it out with water.
It gave me a better understanding of how life stems from water and how water nourishes or heals or brings life to anything it touches.
I think this is one of the most successful interdisciplinary projects that I've been a part of. Seamlessly incorporating dance and poetry and conversation and stories and very visual, tangible art results. So that's a beautiful thing.
We were working with students at Union Street School in Springfield, and these students spent a fair amount of time talking about the role the Black River has played in the history of the town, how Native populations interacted with it, but also thinking about it in more recent history too. We gave groups a collection of 4 or 5 postcards and encouraged them to figure out how they could create almost a story or a narrative with the postcard.
They had been looking at water and the river really for the entire year, so they had a lot to share with us.
In the beginning of the story, these are flowers. So
it was this opportunity for them to think about the role of the river not only in the past, but also what it means for them right now.
You're gonna go quickly, right? Just like the postcards we made.
We had chosen to do this banner making workshop literally on top of a bridge that spanned the Black River. Cyanotypes are a wonderful way for people to learn about the qualities of light. You have, a piece of paper that has been coated with a light-sensitive emulsion, non-toxic. You keep it in the dark until you're ready to expose it. So any object that you put on the paper is going to prevent light from reaching it. There's sort of gradations to the deep blue that you get when the sun beats down on the emulsion unimpeded. It's basically a way to have a conversation with light. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Everybody
go! And look at it quickly. What do you see?
like a river motion.
Camden, what do
A
you know
river.
I see a lot of detail and stuff.
A lot of detail. Miles, what do you see or notice?
Hands.
Hands. Oh, Aurora. What do you see?
I see a lot of unexpected streaks
on the bodies and hands, which is very cool.
Like this one has like kind of two hands from someone kind of moving a bit. Yeah. But some are frozen. Some are totally frozen like this. What do you notice, Miss Stern?
I noticed lots of different shades of blues, which is very beautiful, I think. And I noticed the movement right now with the wind, and it reminds me of a body of water. What'd you notice, Nelson?
I noticed that like this. I really like that one, and that one, and that one, and that one.
Well, the river sure carries a lot of stories. That's what I'm hearing from you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being makers of public art.
Fourth graders, what do we say?
Thank you.
We're going to really come into a bigger relationship with water and the watershed that we exist in here, and the waterways, the streams, the flowing of those rivers.
It is a culmination, it is a building to this collective experience and expression of
right
water.
Now, everybody explore your scarf and see how you can make it feel or move like water.
Everybody has a different relationship to movement, so by using an object like a scarf that has movement in it inherently, you're less self-focused and more object-focused.
I think that sort of group process is really essential to providing folks with a safe space to express themselves.
I'm a great swimmer.
You're a great swimmer?
I love to swim. I feel like I'm one with the water. And it seems like the water is part of me. I'm natural in water. Natural.
The water is part of me. That's a beautiful saying.
Yep, it is.
Part of the shared experience means that the vulnerability is not isolated to just one person. Everybody had to be vulnerable at the same time and share of themselves at the same time.
Done. Go. It's a process that has to happen kind of hastily. So there has to be a certain degree of just problem solving and planning and sort of integrating people's different ideas in a harmonious way. I loved how this group did that. It is a process of wonderment.
Oh my goodness.
That came out good.
Come on, that's beautiful. Elizabeth, how does our end look?
Looks good.
I think what we're doing in this project is we're inviting people to just pause and get in touch with a part of them that they might not be in touch with. I think if enough of us are having those conversations with ourselves, that's where change happens.
Children and water, it lightens all of us.
They were happy to be working together, they were happy to be in the river, and they were happy to be making a beautiful cyanotype.
It was great. My favorite part was doing the mat thing.
Right.
Yeah.
As we finished up today, one of the women said, I so needed this. So she was more connected to where we are, to this river. It was a beautiful thing.
8,
2, ready for ya? Over it all, above it all, is the idea of water and of the river. Isn't the river just a beautiful metaphor? It is the great connector. So on behalf of the Ask the River Project, welcome to the Convergence celebration. Ask the River is a movement and visual arts collaboration centering on the river and place. So right here. That's why we are here.
If we feel that the earth and we are one, then we will care for it.
We talk a lot about these large issues these days, climate change, sexism, racism, but we actually need to go from head to heart to feet and put it in action. And I think today we saw a great example of people coming together, being a part of something that feeds us all and that travels much longer of a span than we do, but actually teaches us about integration and connection.
I am the river. Be the river.
I wanted to ask the river, can I dance in the river in the rain?
How do you feel about people? What changes have you seen?
How did you pick your path?
River, what is the most juicy secret you've heard?
River, how are we connected?